There are always horror stories I hear from people about a real estate agent they had. And listen, they should have seen some of the red flags. So today we're going to talk through a couple of red flags to watch out for when you're looking at hiring a real estate agent. What's up, everybody? Mark Cannonre, your local realtor here in the Phoenix area. If you find value in these videos, I'd appreciate if you like the video, share it with your friends, trying to be a resource, trying to help people understand the world of real estate. All right, well, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about red flags for real estate agents. Now, there are so many to choose from, so maybe I'll have to do more videos on this, but I'm going to choose several and we'll actually just talk through it. So red flag number one is actually for a listing agent, so someone that's selling your home. One of the questions you should ask a listing agent is, okay, about pictures. What kind of pictures do you take? Do you have examples? That kind of stuff. I cannot tell you the amount of pictures I see right now in my MLS and on the market of real estate agents taking pictures with their phones. They're like, well, I have the iPhone 15. That's great, but the iPhone 15 is not as good as a professional camera. Because guess what? The first place people look at your house is on Zillow or the MLS or whatever it be. So you want to make sure that you're actually getting good photos, because that's the first impression people are getting of your homes. You don't want someone that's taking really bad photos, and therefore people are like, I don't know. Because listen, I have found houses that were great houses, but they had really bad photos, and my clients love the house. And I was like, well, great. It seems that a lot of other people haven't been looking at this house. So make sure you have someone that's taking good photos. Okay, so red flag number two is the used car salesman real estate agent. Now, what do I mean by that? We all know when we go to like a used car lot, or even just any car lot for that matter, they're always coming out and they're like, you're going to buy this today, and they're trying to convince you at all costs, right? A good real estate agent should be asking you questions. What do you think about this? Rate it from 1 to 10, different things like that, because they want to know what you think. If a real estate agent's just telling you what to think, that's a red flag. That's someone that is more concerned with the transaction than they are about what's best for you. So you need to make sure that you're not getting a used car salesman as a real estate agent. Okay, red flag number three is when you have an agent that doesn't understand fully the contracts and disclosures and even the timeline of a real estate transaction. You would be shocked how many times I run into that stuff. Because yes, there is a timeline when it comes to a real estate transaction where if you submit an offer, it expires at X amount of days. Then you have, once it's accepted, you have the Binzer period, which is X amount of days. And then you have the appraisal and lots of things like that. And you have agents that I have been on the other side of deals with where, like, let's say I'm the listing agent and they're the buyer's agent or vice versa, whatever it is. And let's say I'm the listing agent and they send me documents. I read everything in the contract. I read everything in the Binzer. Any documents they send me, I'm reading thoroughly. But there are times that I will send something to an agent and I can tell they have not read it. And we get to a certain point in the transaction, they're like, hey, XYZ. And I'm like, well, no, that's not what we said in the contract or in the Binzer or whatever it is. And they're like, what are you talking about? And they go back and look and they missed it, because they didn't read it. And that's where you want to have a real estate agent that understands the contract, understands all the disclosures, understands the timelines, and that they're on top of all of that. Because you want someone that is on top of all of that, because that could affect you. Okay, so we just covered 3 red flags. And listen, I'm going to do more of these. So this is part 1. If you guys have any red flags that you've seen, put them in the comments. I would love to see them, so that way I can actually add those to my videos, and we'll do more of these videos. If you guys have questions, if you're looking for a good real estate agent, I would love to interview with you. I would love to talk with you. My information is below. You can find more in the description. Guys, you've been listening to The Real.